welcome to the March edition of Cornerstone Presents. Hi, I'm Richard Montez, and welcome to Cape Town, South Africa. I've been here a few days now, but I want to show you all that the Lord was doing this last month in Dubai. Here's a short report. After a great show in January, I was ready to move on to the next show. I was scheduled to do a show in Peru, but when they canceled, this gave Mexico an opportunity for a show. But they wouldn't be prepared for a show until May, so I went on to the next country on the list, Poland, who's been waiting for a show for several years. Yet, because of an electrical fire I found out about, they couldn't do a show either. Wow. Finally, Slovenia was interested in hosting a show, but when they canceled, I wondered, Lord, what indeed are you doing? My only invitation was from a friend, Jane Gatalo, in Dubai. I had never been, and although financially it was a little expensive, I had nothing else to do, so I flew on to Dubai. Little did I know that this was all the Lord's great plan. I arrived and I met Jane, and she had lined up a wonderful missionary home for me to stay in. In this home were many pastors and missionaries who come through or are just ministering here in Dubai. I had a chance to meet many men of God. What a blessing. Dubai is warmer in winter than most European countries are in the summer. I had decided to spend some time with the Lord, so I prayed and waited on God. But in my free time, I would explore Dubai and all the beautiful buildings and the malls. In reality, Dubai reminded me so much of Dallas. Except for the palm trees and the overall fashion of the locals, it could easily be confused with Dallas. It's hot, the buildings are all made of glass and mirror, and the highways resemble Dallas. Amazing. I had a chance to meet some great pastors while I was there, like Pastor Jim Burgess of Fellowship of the Emirates. He was interested in hosting me for a show in the future, but then the real miracle came when I met Sabu George, a leader over an entertainment events company in Dubai. He loved the shows I was doing and really wanted to see more. He set up meetings with me with an army of pastors, and they were all interested in a future show. Well, the Lord had only begun. You see, each year, I never get more than one invitation to a new country. All the other invitations for that year are usually repeat countries, for which I'm grateful for. However, for the first time ever, I had 8 invitations to brand new cities or countries. Other pastors and ministers there invited me to Bangalore, India, Nicosia, Cyprus, Beirut, Lebanon, Cairo, Egypt, Alexandria, Egypt, Dubai, UAE, and Abu Dhabi, UAE, and finally Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Isn't that amazing? Only the Lord could do something like that. I had time, so I went on an excursion with Jane to the miles and endless miles of sand dunes in a place called Al Maragam. We had a great car that would take us on a thrill ride. We got stuck for a few hours in the desert and were worried about having to walk back. Thankfully, the Lord sent others to help us. Finally, it was time for me to leave. I'm so grateful to my friend Jane for all that she did, but I'm especially grateful to the Lord for opening so many doors for me. I flew back to Croatia, where there was snow everywhere. After a few days visiting dear friends, I flew on to Cape Town, South Africa for my next show. Wow, wasn't that a miraculous report of all that God was able to do in just 3 short weeks in Dubai? Well, that wraps up this month's edition of Cornerstone Presents for the month of March. Please keep us in prayer here in Cape Town as we begin a new production, one that's going to bring glory to the Lord this Easter. And from my house to yours, I want to wish you and your family a happy Resurrection Sunday. Well, that's it. For Cornerstone Presents, I'm Richard Montez.